Hello everyone, my name is Kirai, and I have to me another of one of the DS Wiki members. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yo, I'm Kirby. What's
And
good?
and today me and Kirby are going to be reacting to the new death battle, Thor versus Vegeta, and we're going to be giving like our takes on it. And we're gonna just gonna see if it follows the DS Wiki standards, because he's DS Wiki, basically whatever we say, it's word. But but like besides that, we're going to be giving our reaction on this, giving our thoughts on it, and then yeah, let's just start the video.
Let's do this.
So hopefully they don't say no sus stuff about it.
Oh my god. I don't want to deal with
Thor,
that.
the god of thunder.
And Vegeta, the Prince of All Saiyans!
The sky shakes when they appear, and the earth trembles when they approach. No world can contain the power of these two gods of war.
Or their egos. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Thunder cracks, the heavens rumble, lightning blinds your eyes. You look up to the sky and pray for mercy because Thor is angry.
Well, you would have if you were a Viking. Nowadays, we don't have time for myths and legends.
Oh, don't we? For in the modern mythology of Marvel Comics, the Norse god of thunder was reborn.
And I'd wager this Thor is a hell of an upgrade.
The son of the All-Father Odin, Thor lived the life of a warrior prince, battling all manner of magical foe for thousands of years.
That is, until he got a little too big for his britches. So to teach him a lesson about humility and compassion and whatever, Odin exiled him to the worst place in the universe, New York. Ooh, you hate to see
That's
it.
crazy.
Thor's Asgardian body is immensely durable, immune to disease, and capable of healing far faster
least it
than
wasn't
any
Florida.
mortal man.
He's
Oh
also
my
the
god,
literal
that would've
god of
been
strength.
worse.
We're talking lifted a planet-sized serpent strong, knocking out the Phoenix Force strong, arm wrestling with Hercules and almost throwing the Earth out of orbit strong.
Notably, he was once blasted with a graviton bomb, which subjected him to the gravity of a neutron star. That's over 200 billion times greater than Earth's gravity.
Okay, they're starting off
He's
slow.
got the stamina to
Starting off
match.
slow.
Nice. Able
Yeah.
to fight for 40 days and 40 nights without stopping.
And what better weapon for the god of storms to wield than a sentient cosmic storm? Eons ago, the almighty god Tempest rampaged through the universe. It arrived in Asgard, and after a pitched battle, Odin managed to trap it within a block of the magical ore Uru that he would forge into his son's hammer, Mjolnir.
Oh, what more can be
That's
said
like the
about this
Z-sword.
beautiful thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like the Z sword. Like they seal Elder Kai in it.
yeah. It's like so far about what I'm getting from this is like they mentioned the Phoenix Force, but like taking down the Phoenix Force, but they didn't like go into detail about that because within Marvel there's like different levels of the Phoenix Force itself because some are like weaker and like some are stronger. Some can be like universal to multiversal to even outerversal, but that's just like a little nitpick.
If they used Outerversal Phoenix Force, this would have been over already, bruh.
Yeah.
Forged in the heart of a dying star that went supernova and killed the dinosaurs, Mjolnir is maybe my favorite thing ever. He can channel bolts of lightning, manipulate the weather, open portals to other dimensions, and absorb and redirect energy attacks. Or just suck it out of your body against your will, like with this radiation dude. The presence. Not gonna be present for much longer, bud.
He's even used 2 Mjolnirs to absorb the power of the God Bomb, which would have killed every deity in existence across time and space.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. Mjolnir can transmute the elements, turn Thor invisible and intangible, let him travel through time, and even bring people back to life. And if Thor wants to
Immeasurable
fly,
speed?
all he has to do is take it for a spin.
Oh
Literally,
my God.
he throws that motherfucker as hard as he can and holds on for dear life.
And when he does, it flies fast enough to cross the entire galaxy in seconds.
Only one problem. It's a little teeny. Unlike Thor's big-ass axe, Yarnbjorn, it's sharp enough to cut through celestial armor, and it's unbreakable, and an axe. Okay, look, it doesn't have a galaxy storm inside it, but it's still pretty cool. Oh shit, look, Wiz, I'm worthy.
No, you're not. There's no enchantment on the axe.
Well then what the hell am I gonna do with this?
But should he face an enemy beyond the likes of even his world-shattering strength, Thor can harness his inherent godly power into one single ultimate attack. the God Blast.
God is right! Even Galactus, the devourer of worlds, shit his pants and bounced at the sight of such an awesome attack. Jesus, even the Avengers seem pretty small potatoes compared to this guy. Why'd he even bother with them?
Because not every problem can be solved by hitting it really hard.
Bullshit.
That was the point of Odin's lesson, to force his headstrong son to confront a world more complex and nuanced than his millennia of battle had prepared him for. Thor had to be more than a warrior, he had to be a hero.
He's battled Thanos, the Silver Surfer, and even the Sentry.
The Sentry is strong enough to contend with the World Breaker Hulk, a being strong enough to destroy the Marvel Universe over 100 times over.
And fast enough to demolish Ares.
That
the
low
freak
ball,
god of
though.
War, who
Yeah,
can fight
it
within
is
a
low
span
ball.
of plank time. That's like the tiniest amount of time that we can
Hey,
imagine.
bruh.
There are as many planks in a second as there are grains of sand on Earth. Oh wait, did I say Earth? I meant 10 million billion Earths!
Thor has tanked disintegration beams trying to tear apart his atoms one by one, survived Mephisto trying to consume his soul, and even withstood a temporal rift that aged normal people to dust.
Oh, he's a hard bastard to kill, and even nastier when he loses his temper.
By entering a state known as Warrior's Madness, Thor commits an unpardonable sin in Asgardian society and willingly sacrifices his sanity for a tenfold increase in power.
Yeah, despite being
That's
a really
water.
sweet lunk that
Why are they
talks like
taking
he's
that
in
so
Masterpiece
literal? He's
Theater
like,
and dresses
what?
like he's in What's Opera, Duck. Thor
Just
is struggling
10
with being
times
worthy of
to
his
lose their
father's legacy
sanity.
and
That's
throne.
crazy.
But no matter what
Bruh.
unbelievable
That's like
shit Marvel
Raffle.
throws at him, Thor always rises to the occasion. Take the time this big machine called the World Engine was controlling Yggdrasil, the world tree that connects 10 universe-sized realms.
The World Engine's purpose was to mechanically trick Yggdrasil into disrupting the natural flow of Ragnarok, the end of the world.
So Thor just pushed it and literally reversed the flow of fate. That's right, he outmuscled a giant multiversal tree and prevented Armageddon. Not a bad Saturday.
And he'd go a step further and defeat the mysterious elder gods that manipulated the cycle of
Hey,
Ragnarok in the
hey,
first place.
look at that. They at least brought up multiversal. Like
That's crazy.
it's like even though the world tree is stronger, it's way higher than multiversal. Yeah, that's still something good on Death Battle's part for at least like bringing out the word multiversal when.
Yes, they actually don't lowball it to Universal for no reason.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna give Death Battle props on that one.
Ending it forever. So perhaps now when you look up at the thundering sky, you won't fear the god's capricious wrath.
Because you'll know it's just Thor, the god of thunder, kicking ass and saving the day.
What if he kills us on accident like a no?
Planet Vegeta, home to the bloodthirsty warrior race known as the Saiyans, and named for their mighty leader, King Vegeta. Noting the Saiyans' proficiency in genocide, the alien emperor King Cold and his son Frieza contracted them to be their personal hit squad, conquering worlds in their name.
But when Frieza felt these monkeys were getting a bit too uppity for their own good,
Wow,
he
just
nuked
bring
them
up the
in
word
their whole
monkeys
planet.
like
The
that.
king was
That's
dead,
racially motivated
leaving his
on
young
God.
son, the Prince Vegeta, alone. Burning with a grudge against Frieza for wounding his ancestral pride, Vegeta awaited the moment he could extract his revenge.
As one of Frieza's former top enforcers, Veggie was trained from birth to be one of the greatest warriors in the universe.
It helps that planet Vegeta had a gravity 10 times greater than that of Earth's, making his natural physiology significantly stronger and more durable than a human's.
As in making the whole friggin' Earth shake just by throwing hands.
And like all Saiyans, Vegeta can harness his ki, or inner life force, as a physical energy to make him even stronger, faster, and tougher than that.
Or literally shoot it at your opponent to blow him to kingdom come. That's right, Vegeta can point and click a planet out of existence with his soul. Man, that's hardcore.
He can use ki to fly at faster than light speeds, slice you to pieces with an energy blade, and even hold you in place with energy rings.
So, let's be real. Vegeta's favorite attacks can be summed up with Big Ass Laser. He's got the purple Big Ass Laser, two-handed Big Ass Laser, rapid fire Big Ass Laser, exploding ball Big Ass Laser, and fucking omnidirectional your ass's grass Big Ass Laser. Though I gotta say, my favorite is the mouth wide open vomit Big Ass Laser. Though that's more of a Nappa thing. Kinda like this.
Impressive ki mastery, Boomstick.
It hurts when I breathe.
Vegeta's most terrifying ability, however, is the one inherent to his Saiyan biology. Whenever a Saiyan survives a life or death struggle, their power increases exponentially. That's what Frieza was so terrified of, the Saiyan's infinite evolutionary potential.
So it's no wonder Vegeta eventually toppled the alien tyrant with the help of another surviving Saiyan, Kakarot.
And with Frieza's defeat at the hands of this Earthbound Super Saiyan, Vegeta had a new rival and a new goal.
Become blonde! No battle required. Vegeta can harness the rage of his Saiyan heritage and transform into a Super Saiyan 2 and a Super Saiyan 2.
But try as he might, Vegeta struggled to keep up with Goku's ever-increasing power.
I guess it doesn't help
No
that
issue.
he is maybe the single cockiest bastard to ever have existed. Yeah, sure, dude. Let Cell become perfect. Nah, we'll be fine. Hope your spine is doing all right. Dumbass.
Though Vegeta did manage to accomplish something that even Goku couldn't do on his own, becoming a god.
Once he and Goku met the god of destruction, Beerus, they had a whole new lineup of martial artists to conquer, with some angelic training to boot.
With Spirit Fission, Vegeta can forcibly absorb an opponent's ki with every strike.
And he even learned Goku's patented instant transmission, allowing him to teleport huge distances.
But most importantly, with God Ki, he can go even further beyond and become a Super Saiyan God. A Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Evolved.
Just call it
His
Super
power
Saiyan
got
Blue.
completely
Blue Evolution.
insane. The dude was strong
Literally.
enough to destroy the Room of Spirit and Time, an entirely separate dimension, just by powering up.
When Goku fought Beerus, he nearly destroyed the universe. And that was the very first time he ever went Super Saiyan God.
Considering we've measured Dragon Ball's Universe 7 to be up to 13 times bigger than our own, he'd need to be punching with that much more energy to bust it. And since the shockwaves of their punches traveled across the universe in seconds, Goku would have had to be punching that fast too.
And that's not accounting for Vegeta's training in various exponential transformations. When an amount of power is measured by how many universes it can destroy, that power itself becomes incomprehensible.
Oh, we're not done. Vegeta can tap into the same monstrous energy Beerus has, destruction energy. And when he does, he can perform Hakai and erase your ass from existence entirely. It erases you physically, spiritually, and even temporally, as in it wipes you from time itself.
Such is the might of a god of destruction. For when Vegeta wants to go one step beyond, he seizes that very power. He becomes a warrior fueled only by lust for battle. He becomes Ultra Ego.
If Vegeta's head wasn't big enough before, his Widow's Peak probably has its own zip code by now.
As the offensive counterpart to Goku's Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego Vegeta is a veritable juggernaut, able to absorb any hits that come his way and return them even stronger.
It's wild this guy has a Napoleon complex. He's one
It's
of the
like full
biggest
counter.
badasses ever to exist.
In a way, failing
Seven
to beat
mids-
Goku was probably the best thing
7
for
deadly
him.
mid.
Vegeta's whole
My
life was spent
God.
rebelling against the humiliation of his race, trying to prove his worth by being the best. By contrast, Goku's self-improvement was never stunted by his ego and insecurities. In realizing that, Vegeta became more than a fighter, but a husband and a father as well, willing to sacrifice himself for what mattered most.
And Vegeta got a taste of that himself when he hooked up with Bulma for some Super Saiyan sexy time. Getting to beat Frieza's golden ass probably didn't hurt either. He may not always win, but he'll never
If
be
only
put
he
down
got
for
the
long.
kill on
So
Frieza,
be
though.
sure to practice your
Yeah.
groveling, because this is
Rip
one
Goku
prince
took that away
you
from
don't
him.
want to piss off.
My God.
Now, okay. I mean, they did kind of bad on Thor, like kind of lowballing his feats. Well, of course, you know, this is Death Battle, of course. But what's your thoughts on Vegeta on how they did for him?
I mean, like, it was good, but still. I think, like, the fact that they're, like, mixing in the anime and the manga. But, like, we know for a fact that, like, probably base Goku right now could beat probably even Super Saiyan God Goku in the manga because of how stupid the, like, absorption into base thing is. But I still think it's, pretty good.
Yeah, I have that same thoughts too as well, and I wish that they kind of went more on the final explosion too, because they just like they just mentioned they really didn't even mention the final explosion too as well, which is like very key, which is something that he did against like Topo. So I don't know why they didn't bring that up. But
Yeah.
that's just Death Battle, but let's just get on with it.
This show is sponsored
All
by
right, we don't
Better-
care about no Better Health.
Nobody
Myself,
cares
Danny
about
Burton.
sponsors.
Synthetic
Get
tea.
Let's go.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's see how good this animation is.
This man Vegeta hurting the ecosystem.
Oh there, mighty warrior. What business havest thou upon Earth?
Throw that hammer at me again, and my business will be polishing my gloves upon your face!
Didst that count?
If only that ever worked.
Yeah.
Thou fightst well for a mortal. Alas, you face a god.
I have evolved beyond gods.
What they should have made Vegeta said is, "What's a god to a non-believer?"
My god, because that's like, it's the voice actor from DBZA. They could have did that.
Tell me, does a god such as yourself feel fear?
No fear, only fire.
Some good ass animation. I'm not gonna count.
It really is.
All you will feel is oblivion!
Feel heaven's wrath.
I like how they did the instant transmission Kamehameha with Vegeta here.
Always aim for the head.
If only we did that last time.
Good animation, good animation.
Yeah.
KO! Oh, I get it. Thor won because he's a natural blonde.
Despite Vegeta's immense power and tenacity, the God of Thunder had him outmatched in several key areas.
First off, the big one. Who was stronger?
Despite being up against the God of Strength, Vegeta...
Let's see, it says, if Thor was given the Thor Force, he'll scale to a multiversal level feats from likes of Odin, furthering the power gap. I mean,
But there was already multiversal Vegeta.
yeah, I don't even know why even mention that in the corner if you're literally like bringing up like Thor and like in his base, like just Thor in his base like having this power already.
Exactly.
It's just makes them, and then plus two about Odin too as well. Odin is like beyond that, and then like it's like I said, so some be like before, but like Asgard being like an outerversal realm to even far higher, and Thor, and they mentioned Asgard too as well, but they didn't go too much into that feat too as well. But I just think that's kind of like useless if they already had Thor at like multiversal and like base.
Vegeta
Yeah.
actually matched up pretty closely with Thor. Both could output power far in excess of destroying a single universe.
It's always tough to get an exact number for Dragon Ball Super's most powerful characters, but we can combine the size of Universe 7 with multipliers from Vegeta's transformations to get a rough estimate.
You
It's
can't do
important to
that.
note that Ultra Ego's power
Yeah,
boost
'cause
has
it's
never been
linear.
stated. But we do know that Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta were roughly even in power. When Goku applied a Kaioken times 20 boost to fight Jiren, Vegeta kept up after going Blue Evolved, implying that both increases in power are roughly the same increase.
Yeah, and that's the
Blue
thing I
Vegeta
got with this.
matched
Like, they're
base
using the anime. Like, they're using what the anime shown, but then there's something like Ultra Ego, which is in the manga. Like, you can't mix them in the same scaling. Because if you're using the manga, it would just be irrelevant because the anime is already, like, way above it.
Yeah, it's just like then it's like even if they're trying to use like composite, it's just like they should have mentioned the games too as well at least. But it's not. They're just going back and forth with manga and the anime, which you literally can't do. It's just like if you're gonna use like two very different variations, might as well include like a complete like a complete composite of the character.
Exactly.
hot and needed Blue Evolve to keep up with Top's God of Destruction.
Okay, it says it was later confirmed in an interview with Toya that mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is still weaker than several beings in his universe, including Broly. Hence, Vegeta's Ultra Ego likely cannot scale to Broly's full power.
If only Toyotaro wasn't retarded, though.
hmm Like, I think people are just like going by based upon like what the author is saying and not with actual feats that has actually been shown.
Yeah, like, if Toyotaro says that, then that means that Ultra Ego Vegeta would be weaker than Broly in the manga. But then there's someone like Jiren who you could say is stronger than Broly in the anime. Like, if you argue it, and MUI Goku beat him. So it doesn't make any sense to say that.
Yeah, and then like also too, it's just like if Toya like says like, oh yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, Yamcha, it's a Yamcha. If he powers up, he's stronger than Master Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta. But then inside the anime and manga, we really see him get jobbered on them. It's just like, are you gonna still go by what Toya says, or are you gonna go with actual feats that has actually been shown?
Exactly.
Man.
Destruction form, which is extremely similar to Ultra Ego in theme and purpose. Given this is the best current example of a measurable form akin to Ultra Ego, we can assume that Ultra Ego's boost in power, at least initially, could be extremely similar in terms of a percentage increase, making Ultra Ego's original state about 20 times more powerful than Blue Evolved.
20 times 2. What? You can't. What?
Like, you can't do that. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
It
Like, where
doesn't.
did you get 20 times from?
Doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's see. It says Savage Hulk has battled Hyperion, who has survived the collision of two universes at the same time. This all excludes Warrior Madness, which would be multiply Thor's power another 10 times. Bruh, what are you saying?
That has nothing to do with Vegeta, and that's not even how it works, though.
Yeah, and then even with Thor, if you even try to even bring that up, Savage Hulk is way beyond Universal, and so is Hyperion. Like, I don't, and then trying to say it's just them going by based upon their own headcanon just to give like a multiplier of like how powerful like Ultra Ego is when literally like multipliers like through like the god forms were already out the window already. They don't have a definite multiplier of how powerful they are.
Exactly, because we see we see Blue Evolution Vegeta fighting roughly equal with Goku against Jiren, but then we see him beating up Topo, meaning that was also its initial multiplier, so it's probably not even just 20 right now.
Yeah, I think what they're doing is going based upon the 20. It's just basically just like saying it's just like oh yeah because like Kaioken blue Kaioken Goku times 20. Okay, okay then he's already 20 times stronger than he was before. Okay then, but the thing is how powerful was he before that? Do you have a multiplier for that of him just going in it to his base? Do you have like a blue like a Super Saiyan blue like multiplier? You can't. It's like you can't just do that. Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't do that shit. That's dumb.
With that in mind, Vegeta at his peak could destroy a universe roughly 260,000.
So that's what so they're going to say. Oh, so they're trying to say just say Super Saiyan God is a basically 13, then Blue 50, then Evolution 20, and then Ultra Ego 20. So why is Blue higher than Evolution? What?
Exactly.
And then Ultra Ego is just wait. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. What? Man.
1,000 times over.
And Thor was pretty close to that. Taking a look at the Marvel Universe's size, which has a radius of at least 1 trillion light years, as well as scaling to the Worldbreaker Hulk, Thor ended up only about 10 times stronger.
Not
Excuse
terribly
me?
different, and it's definitely possible Vegeta's power could increase during the fight to match him.
But even if he was stronger, it wasn't the only thing that mattered. Ultra Ego's damage absorption could only do so much against an opponent like Thor.
Vegeta may have trained as a warrior.
They
from
never
birth, but
state
Thor has been
that
fighting for
Ultra
millennia
Ego is
against a much
unlimited.
wider variety of foes, allowing him to adapt to Vegeta fairly easily.
And the fact that Thor was way faster gave him a lot of leeway to use that extra combat experience.
Applying Vegeta's transformation multipliers to the shockwaves from Goku and Beerus' punches, Vegeta should be able to fight at nearly 300 quintillion times the speed of
Cap?
light.
But scaling to areas moving within plague time,
Wait,
Thor would be
what?
over 70.
Wait.
And this is what I was talking about. Like, where the hell did they get that shit from, bruh?
What happened to immeasurable speed? Immeasurable speed Thor. What happened to that? And then what? They can't. Oh, and the thing is, they keep on going back to like the battle between Beerus. When it's like Goku is way stronger than he's like that before. It's like It's like even if we were to go to like the movie of Broly, that Goku in his base will probably like
Is
thrash
most likely
on.
stronger than the Super Saiyan God there. Right.
Oh my god!
Like, it don't make no sense.
They don't.
Quadrillion times faster.
More than fast enough to avoid Vegeta's key attacks, and even more importantly, absorb all of them with Mjolnir. This alone could shut down all of Vegeta's...
Oh yeah, and something that's also quite rather sad is just like of how they're bringing up all this. So basically, what they're basically implying, even based upon their previous episodes, that Mega Man EXE is still faster than Thor and Vegeta.
That's crazy. And they didn't even bring up the fact that he has a Kai. Like, they could have used that.
Oh my.
Veggie could absorb it back with Spirit Vision, but he'd have to hit Thor first. And with that much of a speed difference, that's easier said than done. And since Thor can just will the energy out of somebody, he could just take it right back. And then some.
Even without absorption, Vegeta's ki reserves are not infinite, and many of his battles have ended with him at low energy. He was exhausted by the end of the Tournament of Power, which lasted about 1 hour in total.
Meanwhile, Thor fought an army for over a month.
Okay, that's something.
That's another retarded thing.
Yeah.
It's the fact that they say he's out of energy, but they don't even bring up the fact that he used up all his energy in that attack. Like, no shit, he's not going to be at enough energy to fight.
Yeah, and it's just like, and then it was just like, even with that blue evolution, he was still fighting. He just used the final explode. He just used the final explosion. Just get rid of Topo. But the thing is, he still had energy there. He still had energy when fighting.
Like, we literally see him fighting with Blue Evolution in the next episode.
Yes, and then literally, even on top of all that, he literally gave some of his power to Goku. Like...
Exactly, and that's the thing. They specifically state that Blue takes a lot of energy out of you because it needs a lot of control, so imagine Blue Evolution.
Which
like,
is just
it's
massive.
gonna make sense
Yeah.
that he doesn't have enough for a whole hour.
Man.
Months straight.
Theoretically, Vegeta could have ended the fight immediately with Hakai,
Okay.
if not for the fact that Thor has resisted existence erasure before, including physically, spiritually, and temporally.
Meanwhile, Vegeta had no way to match the God Blast, which could have killed friggin' Galactus. And that guy has threatened the infinite multiverse with destruction just as a side effect of his battles.
Okay.
If he could destroy an infinite multiverse, then what's the point of bringing up Thor's World Breaker Hulk scaling?
Yeah, there's really no use for that. And then also, which Galactus are we talking about? There are multiple different.
If you don't
Galactuses.
state which Galactus,
Yeah, because it's just like people are like, there's like a starving Galactus, hungry Galactus, well fed, and then it doesn't really make sense because it's like if you don't specifically state which version Galactus is, then you really can't say like where he scales to, because each Galactus can scale in their own different power. Like it's like Lifebringer Galactus is like you can like scale him to like outer versal to even high outer, like more likely high outer you can scale him to. But it's like the other versions of Galactus can easily be like high hyper to even like beyond multiversal itself. But you know, that's why they don't mention. I don't know. It's just Death Battle. Yeah.
That's a level of power beyond anything we've seen in Dragon Ball yet, let alone
Yeah.
Vegeta.
Vegeta was never going to go down easy, but Thor's raw power, speed, and devastating godly abilities were too much for the Prince of All Saiyans.
Vegeta nearly won until Thor blew his mind.
You might say that pun was kind of terrible. Eh?
You don't do puns! We've talked about this!
Aw.
My thing.
Well, the winner is Thor.
All right. So
Crazy. No, wait. One more thing. Crazy how they say that the infinite multiverse, nothing in Dragon Ball can scale to that, but they don't even bring up Dragon Ball heroes.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I was actually it's like they want to use that stuff like the anime stuff, but like they're probably gonna say, well then since Dragon Ball Heroes it's like you know it's not really correlating with the main timeline, so we can't use it. We can't use it at all. It's like what? And it's
Yeah, you can't use it, but you can bring up Galactus being infinite multiversal, but then you don't bring up which Galactus.
yeah. I feel like in this one they kind of they did both dirty, but I feel like they did like Vegeta more dirty. I feel like they did
Yeah.
that, but it's just like I don't know. It doesn't like for Death Battle to like just to do this. He's just like I already knew who was gonna win. Who's gonna win this? Because it's you know it's kind of obvious.
Like,
But
we know 616 Thor is that strong.
yeah, but it's just they could have at least done like better. It's just like hopefully that they learned like from their previous like using Dragon Ball Dragon Ball characters, that they learned from this. But obviously they haven't really learned at all of of where Dragon Ball scale is, and then even bringing up like old episodes that are outdated, just to try to support their scaling. But it's just like, even though it's just like that Beerus, like that Beerus versus Sailor Galaxia, outdated, and the whole thing with like Hulk versus Broly, outdated too as well. They're outdated, so no point of going back to those. Man.
Exactly.
Do you have any final words?
No, all I gotta say is, like, the animation is good, but, like, they don't know how to specifically state their scaling.
Yeah.
Like, they have the right, not opinion, like, they have the right argument for it. Like, Vegeta would be weaker because of this thing, but then they do it wrong because there's vague and inconsistent stuff with it, and then there's characters that don't scale to it because there's a bunch of different versions for the character.
Yeah. Like, it's like I feel that way the same way too. And then with the animation, the only thing I would critique in the animation, because it's like he's like Vegeta wasn't in character. It's just like we haven't seen that type of Vegeta like ever since like Dragon Ball Z, because it's like he's like we know like currently Vegeta now is like he's not as hot-headed and angry as like he normally is.
Yeah.
It's just like he changed. It's like he changed that way, and instead of him like rushing in, sometimes Vegeta does have a plan. Like when he's going into battle, but it's just like I felt like for this one he was just going in like he wasn't in character. He wasn't in character during like this whole.
Yeah, he wouldn't just instantly attack Thor because of that.
Yeah. He'll actually have some reasons, like threaten him, like first threaten him, and you basically saying it's just like, hey yo, it's like, hey yo, do you know who you're messing with? And then plus two, Thor wouldn't out of nowhere grab his hammer and just throw it at Vegeta either. He wouldn't do that. At first,
Yeah, he would never do that.
Yeah, it's not in character. Like Thor would just come up to him and just talk to him nicely. He'll literally just talk to him nicely. And then
Vegeta doesn't like talk nice to him back. He would still do it.
Yeah, it's man. But yeah, that's gonna end the video for the video today. I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe to the DS Wiki. Join the Discord. That's gonna be linked down below. We have many videos that are coming soon onto the channel. So yep, that's gonna wrap it up. Comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
See y'all.